Hello everyone, welcome to the Dandelion Economics series. Today's video will be on the idea of modeling the economy, which is topic 1.1.4 of the syllabus. If you remember, in the previous video, we discussed the production possibilities curve, the PPC, and that is one type of economic models used in the discipline. Today we'll continue on with another model that is used in economics. Firstly, we have the closed economy. In this model, we'll see how the simplistic form of economy, what entities are included in the economy and how they interact with each other. You can see the illustration right here. This is the closed economy, and this is also called the circular flow of income. Why is this called the circular flow? Firstly, it looks like a circle, but beyond that, it's a flow because the different entities, the actions that they take result in a flow in the model. It's a continuous process that involves multiple entities and connects them together. So in this closed economy, we have mainly two sectors, the households and the firms. They contribute through the other two entities, the product market and the resource market. However, we usually remain it to the households and the firms, and we call it the two-sector model. So what does it do? What does each entity do? For the households, they are the providers of the factors of production. So you can see right here in this outer arrow, they're pointing to the factor. So they connect directly with the factor market because as a household, we are the potential sources of workers. As students right now, we will grow up and graduate and get into the work field. So we'll be the providers of the factors of production, the service or the labor. And in exchange, the firms will make a payment to the factors and the dividends. So for example, for land, the firms will pay rent. For labor, they will pay wages. For capital, they will pay interest. And for entrepreneurship, they will pay dividends. So they are paying to what we provide as the factors for production. And then in this inner circle right here, the households, we spend our money on the goods and services that firms produce. We spent money on a variety of things, such as the goods of apples or the services of getting a haircut. And in return, the firms, they are providing the goods and services. If they don't provide the goods and services, we'll have nowhere to spend our money. So that is this closed economy. And they rely on a few assumptions right here. So firstly, the households own all the factors of production. We own the land, the labor, the capital, and the entrepreneurship. We are the main resource and the fundamental origin of these. Next, the firms produce all goods and services. This is direct because who else would be providing the goods and services if they were not firms? They are the producers or the suppliers of the economy. Thirdly, there are no presence of the government. This circular model, this closed circular model, is completely independent, and they don't require the support or the regulation from the government. Fourthly, there are no other countries to trade with. It is suggested by the name, it is a closed economy. It is focused and enclosed. Fifth, there are no banks or commercial institutions, financial institutions. It means that households will hold on to all their money. They will have nowhere to invest or to place their money in. Next, we'll move on to another type of model. It is called the open economy. It is the opposite of what we just talked about. So the open economy, as you can see in the diagram right here, the open economy is not much different from the closed economy, but instead it is an extension to the closed economy. So it means that we are participating internationally. We'll explain this concept in more details. But you can see right here, it has more entities included. It is a 5-sector model. So the sectors include the original 2, which is households and firms. But in addition, it added governments, financial institutions, and foreign countries. These 3 additional entities will also play an extremely important role in the economy. So this model implies that some income will leave the economy, which will reduce the circulating flow, and some income will enter, increasing the circulating flow. So it is more complicated, and it considers more factors. So right here, the economy will participate internationally and engage with foreign countries through trade. They can make exports or they can make imports. And then next we have the capital investment. And this is what they use to engage in with the financial institutions. And then lastly, we have other resources. In this case, it is referring to the government, because the government will help to regulate the economy by requiring taxes or inject through government spending. All of these will change the economy and bring variations. Now, as same with the closed economy, there are also some assumptions. The assumptions that are included in this model includes households own the factors of production. Firms produce goods and services. This sounds familiar because it is the top 2 assumptions made by the closed economy model. But thirdly, the government collects taxes to provide public and merit goods to society. Fourthly, there are foreign countries that produce goods and services that considered as export, and they consume goods and services that are considered imports. And fifth, there are financial institutions where households can save their income and from which firms can take out loans to make investments to grow their businesses. So the next 3 are actually in contrast with the top 3 right here: the government, the countries, and the financial institutions. They are the entities, the 3 additional entities that the open economy is referring to. And there are interactions in between all these entities. So in this model, we have the outflow and the inflow. In other words, they're called leakages or injections. Leakages are referring to the money that flows out of an economy via either savings, taxes, or imports. And injections, on the other hand, are money that flows into an economy via investment, government spending, or exports. So, talking about these 2 models, what are their major differences? Firstly, the entities for money holding or keeping. In the closed economy, the entity that holds on to all the money is the household. But this is different with the open economy because there are more factors in which money can be held. For example, the financial institutions. They can hold on to the money for the households because households are often wanting to earn some extra interest. And then we have the amount and variety of entities involved. So in the closed economy, all the entities are domestic. They are within the same country, within the same economy, and they are only households and firms. This is different with the open economy because they obviously involve more entities, such as other countries, which are not domestic. They're outside the country border and they're outside the economy. So that wraps up what we talked about today about modeling the economy. That's all from Deadline today. If you have any questions, please comment down below. And if you would like to stay tuned for further videos, please click subscribe. See you next time.